everybody, and welcome to today's video. Now this video I've been wanting to get out for a while, and I've been wanting to record for a while, and it'll probably come out a little bit later than the start of 2025, but I had to get this video because I just felt like it was great to respect 2024 and the greatness it brought us. So today I'm going to be doing 25 of the best WWE matches of 2024. And if you're new, like and subscribe because we post daily wrestling content and you're never going to have enough content. It's just going to keep piling on and you probably won't even be able to watch everything that I post. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. But these matches are not in order. So they're not going from greatest to not great, but it's also not going other way around. It's just all throw in here, no matter the order. So let's get into it. The first one on the list is the Men's War Games 2024. Now, Survivor Series 2024 was a great pay-per-view all throughout, but I feel like this match was great only because we had New Bloodline versus OG Bloodline, and especially with Punk being thrown in there too, I thought it was awesome, and I really loved it. So that is the first match. At number 2, we got Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable, and this is not the match at Clash at the Castle. This is the match on Raw where Sami beat him, and he attacked him while he was trying to be emotional with his family here. So Sami had the IC title, he beat Chad Gable, and then he was trying to celebrate, and then this was the Raw that Chad put him in the little ankle lock over the turnbuckle. So that definitely had to be on my list because it was an awesome match and I still rewatch it to this day. Then I put Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. I thought this match was epic and pretty much for the sole reason of CM Punk screwing over Drew McIntyre and it making this just 10 times better because they were in Drew McIntyre's hometown and Punk comes out and he wrecks everything that Drew McIntyre built up to win that championship, and he gave Damian the win pretty much, and he disguised himself as the ref, and it was just great. I had to add it in here. At number 4 is a match that people talk about a lot today, and it is Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles at Backlash. Now, I'm pretty sure that I have another AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes on this list, but this match just had to be an honorable mention, and they had a great Backlash pay-per-view, and I just feel like that this match had to be included on there just because of the high-flying moves, and Cody and AJ's wrestling style just went so perfect together. Next up is a relatively recent match, and it is the Women's Iron Survivor match at NXT Deadline. I thought this match was absolutely great, and it gave many superstars that don't really get the opportunity on the main roster to have the opportunity to go head-to-head with the best competition in NXT. So I thought it was really good, and it was just a great thing overall. I love the rules of it, and I just think that I wish we could see it every single year, and I hope that it's a yearly thing because I want to see it every single time. Then I have an obvious one on here, Gunther versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania 40. This was probably one of the best moments from WrestleMania 40. We saw Sami Zayn trying to get his revenge and trying to get back to the top spot, and he finally did it and beat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, which is a good thing for Gunther pretty much. He lost that championship, but then he went on to win the World Heavyweight Championship, which is a major upgrade. So really, he didn't lose anything from it, and now he is still your World Heavyweight Champion. Then we have another match from WrestleMania 40, which that is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, the match of the year in my opinion. But you'll also see at number 8, we have many people would say it's match of the year, but I still got Roman and Cody over it. It's Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. Now, this was at Bad Blood. We did the Bad Blood match on this one, and I think this is the only Bad Blood match that we actually have on here. So, it was a great match, and potential match of the year. Hell in a Cell match was absolutely fire, so it had to be on this list, because if it wasn't, I was just screwing over Drew McIntyre. Then I put one that I feel like does not get enough respect, and that is Ethan Page versus Trick Williams versus Shawn Spears versus Javon Evans at NXT Heatwave. Now, I loved this match. I thought that it really brought out the good in every single one of these superstars, and as much as the fans didn't like the finish, I loved it personally. I wasn't a big fan of Ethan Page at the time, but it really brought out Javon Evans' character. It brought out how Trick Williams has really never been in this type of desperate situation with his championship, so I had to add it on here because it was probably one of my favorite matches of the year. Then I put the Women's Money in the Bank. Going into this match, it had so much hype around Chelsea Green, but everyone thought that Chelsea was going to win, But turns out that she didn't win. Tiffany Stratton won, and then now Chelsea Green went on to win the Women's U.S. Championship, which is a perfect setup. At number 11 is pretty weird, and we have DIY versus the Bloodline versus the Street Profits in the ladder match on SmackDown. Now, this was probably my favorite Bloodline match of the whole entire year, with that being Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. I feel like this was their best match of the whole entire 2024, and it brought out what we could see from them, but we just never do because they don't give them a chance as a tag team. At number 12, I had to give the obvious one, that being Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker whenever Jey Uso won the Intercontinental Championship, and Solo tried to screw him over. But in the end, Jey Uso did pick up the victory and won the Intercontinental Championship, which is a great thing and probably one of the best moments of the year. Almost halfway through, we have, at number 13, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Now, this is not the one that you're thinking of. It is actually the SummerSlam match where Roman Reigns returned. And that's probably the sole reason why I added this to my favorite. And it was because it was just such a special moment for a lot of people. And now Roman Reigns is still impacting WWE to this day. So I just had to add it in here, and it's a great match. And while we're here, it's the same match, Cody versus Solo, but in the steel cage match on SmackDown, which is another great match. And it showed how the Bloodline could be not used as such a powerful force, and it kind of showed how Roman Reigns kind of took over and kind of made the Bloodline scared, if you want to use it that way. But yeah, I just had to add those two in there. Then we have a pretty obvious one, actually. It's Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes at King and Queen of the Ring. And this was a great match, I can't lie, and I loved how many people were hating on Logan Paul, and I just didn't see it even from the start. Now, after his first match, I did not see it at all. I thought he was absolutely crazy, and he's a great competitor in ring, and I'm really excited to see him on Monday Night Raw, because I'm recording this currently on a Saturday, but y'all will probably be seeing it some other time next week, because I'm just going to get uploads after uploads, but not upload them. I'm just going to keep them in the tank, and then upload them for y'all whenever the time comes. So, yeah, I had to add this one. It really made the fans believe more in Logan Paul than they were, because they were hating on him. I don't really know why, but it is what it is. Let's get on to number 16, which is the main event of WrestleMania 40 Night 1, and we have Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins versus The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. If y'all hear that, that is the pet monkey in there. Some of y'all know that I have a pet monkey, but some of y'all don't. But yeah, this match was absolutely crazy, and it was great. And many people don't watch it back because it was long and it was a long match, but I still watched it back, and I had no problem sitting there for 30 minutes watching that great match. At number 17, we have the Women's Elimination Chamber. Now, going into this match, I definitely thought it was going to be Liv Morgan winning the match, but it turned out to be Becky Lynch, which went on to be Becky versus Rhea at WrestleMania, and I don't know why it wasn't on this list, but I was lying, because that's number 18, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40. Honestly, I'd rather Becky versus Rhea than Sammy versus Gunther. As much as I hate to say it, even with Rhea retaining, I loved Rhea versus Becky, and I think it was probably one of my best matches of the year. That's definitely why it's on this list. Then I added also the men's Money in the Bank. It just had so many high-flying moves, and I just feel like it would be disrespectful to not put it in this category. Then at number 20, I had to add Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes versus LA Knight at Crown Jewel. This was a great match. I loved the series between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, and adding LA Knight to it, I hate that they screwed over the last match between Andrade and Carmelo with LA Knight interfering, but they did serve us with a great triple threat match between those three. Then we had, I think this was NXT Match of the Year. It was Oba Femi versus Josh Briggs versus Dijak at NXT Stand and Deliver. I loved this match. I had to go rewatch the highlights whenever I saw it, because I saw it live and then I was like, wait, I don't think I appreciated this match enough. So I had to go back and rewatch that. It was absolutely crazy. Then we have a match that was probably my favorite match of NXT the whole year, and that was at Battleground, and it was Roxanne Perez versus Jordynne Grace. The battles of the champions, a TNA Women's Knockouts champion versus the NXT champion, and it was a great match. I recommend you go and watch that one back. Then we have the other match between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable, and that one was at Clash at the Castle. I thought this one was absolutely great, and anytime they step in the ring together, it's an awesome match. And at number 25, we have Fraxium, with that being Nathan Frazier and Axiom, versus Chase U, with that being Andrade. And at number 25, we have Fraxium, with that being Nathan Frazier and Axiom, versus Chase U, with that being Andre Chase and Ridge Holland at No Mercy, whenever Andre Chase and Ridge Holland finally got it done and defeated Fraxium. As much as I hated it, as much as I love Fraxium and I did not want to see them get beat, it was a great moment, and you could tell the arena was in complete shock. But now we know that they got their tag titles back, and they are probably best tag team in WWE right now, and they are rightfully so. That is all the 25 of the best matches of 2024 in my opinion, but I definitely recommend you watch every single one of those back and rate them in the comments. Because tell me your favorite one that I listed, and let me know in the comments if y'all have a great opinion about any of these matches or you didn't like any of them. Let me know in the comments. But with that being said, I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Deuces, deuces.